Welcome to Focus on the Falls. I'm John Mercure, joined by the Superintendent, Corey Golla. Corey, so good to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks, John.
The district's doing great, too. I talked to a lot of people in town, parents, educators, even some kids. They are excited with how things are going. How are things now that more and more kids are back in the classroom more regularly?
Yeah, I would say what we're thrilled about is things are just feeling more like normal, and that's, I think, what everybody was excited about and wanted. We continue to be healthy. All kids are back at all levels. And we're staying healthy. We've really been healthy since Thanksgiving break.
Yep.
It's been a steady stream there. Activities are going well. We're starting to pivot and start looking at some of those end of year activities and how can we give kids some of those experiences that we lost last spring, make them, they won't look the same, but at least have some of those end of year rituals that they love so much.
I know you take a lot of pride in getting into the buildings and getting into classrooms. How cool is it to have the energy back to, like you said, almost what it's like in a normal year?
Oh, we love it. I mean, and it does really feel that way. Just today, seeing kids coming in off the bus and they're just talking. They're accustomed to the mask, so that's a non-issue anymore. And our music classes are back up to full capacity, so that they're getting those experiences. Looking forward to some spring concerts and things like that. And yeah, I think all the teachers feel that. And a lot of thanks from teachers even of just realizing how much they knew how much the kids needed this, and it feels great right now.
Teachers are now eligible to get vaccinated here in Wisconsin. Pretty soon everybody will be. How big a deal was that when teachers were able to get the shot?
It was great. It was great. It was great for them. We had multiple teachers and support people in our system just reach out and thank us, which gave you some indication of how nervous they were. At this point, we had a great partnership with Froedtert Health, so all of our teachers who want the vaccine have now had access. So we're, I'd say, kind of at that midpoint where most people who wanted have had their first shot, and then early April will be have that second shot. By mid-April, we'll be really fully vaccinated for our entire employee group.
Do you find that most teachers have decided to get the shot?
Yeah, we when we first surveyed, because we were working close with the county and our partners to help get that access and just help schedule some of those things, and we were at over 90% of our people working in our system wanted that vaccine, and I would say they wanted it yesterday. Like they were saying in their survey, yes, I want it, and then reaching out saying, I just want to make sure I said, yes, I want it. I mean, they really are excited about that.
I love where we're sitting because we're in one of the art classrooms. It's Youth Art Month. We spent a lot of time talking about the academies and AP courses. We're going to do that actually coming up here in a moment. But I wanted to ask you, when you talk about art and things like that, why is that so important that we protect that as part of the curriculum and part of the experience?
There's a lot of reasons it's important. And boy, we heard some of those with the conversation you had with those students. Is one, art for art's sake matters, so we always want to value that. When you hear students say things like, it brings focus to me, it's my happy place. I mean, we want kids to connect with their passions, and a lot of kids connect with that. And then there's some very just tangible things that we need to recognize the value of art is that the design process, the collaboration, the problem solving, those are transferable skills. In fact, what you always hear is, we're preparing the students for a world of work that we don't even know what it will look like. So they'll need to be able to change and to think creatively and to problem solve and to design. So everything they're learning in art will be applicable in whatever they might do after school.
I love that. And if you go to the hardest skill when you talk about art, there are many people who graduate from this district who have a career in the arts, or they use that in some way in their career. I mean, it's a real skill that's valuable in the real world. It's not just a hobby for many.
Absolutely, and I'll just give a personal example. My son is a second-year student to be an architect, and he certainly understands how serious that design process is, what that needs to look like, drawing itself, just the technical drawing skills. I know he, in hindsight, would look back and say, I wish I had had more art classes in my experience. So I think we always have to think creatively about where do students think they may be going, and what are some of those other things we may not be thinking about that will help them be successful.
All right, so if you're told, Corey, you have an art project you need to complete, are you more likely to succeed if you, Corey Golla, are sculpting, painting, drawing, or taking pictures?
Oh, taking pictures.
Oh, I see. I gave you an easy
Thank
out.
you for giving me the softball. Yeah, not drawing.
I'm with you.
I might try to do something three-dimensional, and I'm probably going to bank on abstract, so I can say, yeah, it's supposed to look like that.
Exactly. Abstract, everybody wins. That's exactly how I wanted it to look.
Yeah.
That gives me appreciation for what we're surrounded by, because I don't have that aptitude, and it's amazing to see the talent level in our district. What do you think? What goes through you when you see what we're surrounded by?
Well, and our teachers are so incredibly skilled, and they think in terms of growth mindset for kids. So, quite honestly, what they would say when they hear you is, you can develop those skills, you can develop those aptitudes, and you just see the work. And I love how visible they make the work across our district, and you see these kids progress in their skills. And I mean, my gosh, you look at some of the art we're surrounded by, it's jaw-dropping to see what students can create.
It is. Let's go inside the classroom in other areas. Almost 30 AP scholars, 9 national AP scholars, almost 30 courses offered at the high school. That AP track has become increasingly important for college. Talk about the AP program at the school and how we're thriving.
Yeah, we absolutely want students to stretch themselves. What we're very good at is supporting kids through struggle, helping them persist, helping them be resilient. So if they can leave our school having already experienced the rigor of college, or if they're working on a youth apprenticeship during their school years, they've persisted and struggled through some of those early steps of that next career journey for them. They're just so much better positioned to succeed and lead when they get out of our schools.
I want to ask you about a couple other things. CE&Rec, I got my little brochure in the mail recently. I'm blown away by the course offerings and how many opportunities there are. CE&Rec, that partnership with the district, why is that important?
Yeah, CE&Rec, it's sort of a little known secret that they are part of our district. That's unique to our community. There's, I think somewhere around 20 communities across the state, maybe more, that have that. And it's critical to just engaging our community. It's a great partnership for us. They've done a remarkable job of thinking creatively through the pandemic, of trying to offer people these opportunities to connect with their passions as adults. We're very excited. The month of February, we started to see the rebound of those registration numbers coming up. Very excited about programming in the spring, some outdoor things, their Fit in the Park program with the village. So Jason Husline and that team are really working incredibly hard to help our community get out and start enjoying some of the things that they've always enjoyed doing.
Yeah, you ought to check out the website. It's amazing. There's stuff for seniors, stuff for young adults, stuff for the children in your family, outdoor stuff. They're bringing back some indoor stuff. You really need to check that out.
And I'll add, John, the senior center. That's been that's a group that we know. I mean, they've been vulnerable to COVID. They're lonely by nature anyway, so finding ways to connect. And now our county, about 75% of those over 65 are vaccinated. So we're seeing those numbers start to rebound. We're planning some trips for them. They like the bus trips and things to some of those experiences. So, we're excited for our whole community to start seeing people get back out and back to normal as things get safer now.
So as we head through the middle part of the spring, we begin to focus on summer. What is summer school? What does the summer academy look like?
Our summer programming, we're really looking to plan what we typically have, and that's a combination of helping some students who have struggled, and we know some students struggled more than others through the pandemic, so making sure we can get them reading and math support in an engaging way. We have enrichment programs, so students can connect more with some of those passion and high interest areas, so we'll be offering those. And like we are in school, we'll make every effort to make those as normal as we can, so we'll focus on trying to maximize face-to-face instruction, and we look forward to that. Outdoor activities, we're excited for good weather and get people out.
Oh my gosh, yep, you're right about that.
Yeah.
And the board elections, school board elections are coming up. They are April 6th. It doesn't matter who you're going to vote for. What matters is that you get out and vote. Being involved, having a voice in the people that sit on that board, that's critical for a community.
Yeah, we're only as good as our leadership, and so we want people to be engaged. This is an election that's there's not a lot on the ballot, so but the state superintendent of schools is on there, and we have 2 board seats. So you can visit our board website, and you can have access to that forum that our PTO has hosted, get the perspective and personality of each of the candidates. The Milwaukee Journal Sentinel did a nice piece. I saw that posted yesterday. so you can see where they're at. Just stay engaged. Our kids need our community to be involved in their board elections.
He is Corey Golla, the superintendent of the Menominee Falls School District. Focus on the Falls. Always great to catch up, Corey. Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.